I am Aligar Lingappa, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government Postgrad College, Sirguppa. Today I will discuss about nuclear models for the study of properties of nucleus. So we have two models, liquid drop model and then the shell model. So now we have discussed about liquid drop model. Who proposed liquid drop model? What are the similarities between the nucleus and liquid drop? Then what are the merits of the liquid drop and the demerits of the liquid drops? So this model was suggested by Niels Bohr in 1937 to explain the properties of a nucleus. According to this model, nucleus of an atom resembles a liquid drop of electrically charged incompressible liquid of very high constant density, so which is in the order of 10 power of 17 kg per meter cube. So a liquid model was proposed by Niels Bohr in 1937 for the study of properties of nucleus. So here the comparison of properties of nucleus with that of the charged liquid drop. The similarities between a liquid drop and a nucleus are as follows. A nucleus in its stable state is a spherical in shape, similar to spherical liquid drop. So first assumption or similarities between a nucleus and that of the liquid drop. So liquid drop, which is stable like a that means the nucleus is stable like the stable liquid drop. Are spherical in shape, same as that of the spherical liquid drop. So that means the first one that gave an idea about the shape of the nucleus. The shape of the nucleus is same as that of the shape of the liquid drop. Then a nuclear force has a short range and has the property of a saturation, similar to the forces holding the molecules of a liquid together. So what about the nuclear force? Strong nuclear forces. They hold the nucleons within the nucleus. So they are similar to the molecular forces which holds the molecules within the liquid drop. Then third one. At the surface of a nucleus, there is a surface barrier similar to the surface tension at the surface of a liquid. So the surface barrier of the nucleus is same as that of the surface tension of the liquid. So third one. So fourth one. A specific binding energy is a constant for all the nucleus of a nucleus, similar to constant latent heat of vaporization of a liquid. Here specific binding energy means the amount of energy required to remove a nuclear from the nucleus. Similar to the constant latent heat of vaporization of a liquid, that means whatever the amount of energy required to a vapor, one of the liquid molecule. So fourth similarity. So then a fifth one, the emission of radioactive radiations from the nucleus is similar to the emission of molecules from a liquid drop during evaporation. Here we know that the radioactivity, the spontaneous disintegration of highly energetic radiations. So the spontaneous disintegration of radioactive element with the emission of highly energetic radiations is known as radioactivity. So it is similar to that of the evaporation of liquid drop, the emission of molecules from the liquid drop during evaporation. So fifth similarity between the nucleus and the liquid drop. Sixth one, the density of a nucleus is independent of its volume, similar to that of a liquid drop. So the density of a nucleus, which is an independent of volume of the nucleus, similar to that of the liquid drop. So sixth similarity between the nucleus and the charged liquid drop. So seventh one, the process of nuclear fission, where a heavy nucleus splits up into two lighter nuclei, similar to the breaking up of a liquid drop when it is set into oscillation. Here the nuclear fission means the process of splitting up of a heavy nucleus into two lighter nuclei with liberating a large amount of energy. So similar to the breaking up of a liquid drop when it is set into oscillation. So seventh similarity between the nucleus and the liquid drop. Then what are the merits and the demerits of the liquid drop model? So merits. The liquid drop model was successful in explaining the stability of a nucleus, bonding energy of the nucleus, that means the amount of energy required to hold the nucleus within the nucleus, phenomenon of radioactivity, the spontaneous disintegration of highly, so that means the spontaneous disintegration of the radioactive element with the emission of highly energetic radiations. Then a phenomenon of nuclear fission, the process of splitting up of heavy nucleus into two lighter nuclei. Then what are the demerits? The liquid drop model was unable to explain high stability of nuclei with the magic numbers, then a nuclear spin, then magnetic moment. So this theory, that means this model, liquid drop model, could not explain high stability of nuclei with the magic numbers. It could not explain a nuclear spin. It could not explain a magnetic moment. So these are the merits and demerits of the liquid drop model. So then a shell model. So another model. The shell model of the nucleus assumes that the energy levels of the nucleons are similar to that of an electron shell in an atom. Then according to this model, the protons and the neutrons are grouped in shell in the nucleus similar to electrons in various cells outside the nucleus. The shell are regarded as filled when they contain a specific numbers of protons or neutrons or both. So shell model, here the nucleus assumes that the energy levels of the nucleons are similar to that of an electron shell in an atom. The number of nucleons in each cell is limited by the Pauli's exclusion principle. The shell model sometimes referred as the independent particle model. Pauli's exclusion principle, which states that no two electrons occupying the same state of all four quantum numbers. So, evidence for a shell model. It is know that a nucleus is stable if it has a certain number of either protons or neutrons. The nuclei containing 2, 8, 20, 50, 82 and 126 number of either protons or neutrons exhibit greater stability. They are called magic nuclei. They exhibit a greater stability. So then the main features in favor of these interpretations are the inert gases with closed electron shells exhibit a greater chemical stability. Similarly, nucleids whose nucleus contain a magic number of nucleons of same kind exhibit more stability. The inert gases with closed electron shells exhibit a greater chemical stability. Similarly, nucleids whose nucleus containing magic number of nucleons of a same kind exhibit more stability. This is the postulate made by the shell model. So second one, isotopes of elements having an abundance greater than 60% belong to the magic number category. So what we say that the isotopes, they are having same atomic number but different mass numbers, they are called isotopes. The isotopes of elements having an abundance greater than 60% belong to the magic number category. So third one, tin has 10 stable isotopes, while calcium has 6 stable isotopes. So elements with Z is equal to 50, 20 are usually more stable. The three main radioactive series in uranium, actinium and thorium series decay to Pb208 with Z is equal to 82 and N is equal to 26. Thus lead is the most stable isotope, which shows that the numbers 82 and 126 indicate stability. So, from the above reference we say that even nuclei are in general more stable than added nuclei according to Pauli's principle. A single energy sublevels can have a maximum of 2 nucleons. In even nuclei, only completed sublevels are present, which means a greater stability. But in added nuclei contain incomplete sublevels, hence there are less stability with the shell model. It is possible to predict the total angular moments of nuclei. So, according to shell model, the nucleus of even nucleons a greater stability than if suppose the nucleus of added nucleons. Then what are the merits and demerits of shell model? So merits of shell model, it could explain stability of the magic nuclei successfully. It could explain ground state spin. It could explain total angular momentum. It could explain nuclear isomerism, beta decay, then electric quadratic pole moment. So these are the merits of shell model. Then what are the demerits of failures of shell model? It could not explain the excited states of even nuclei. It could not explain the magnetic moments of some nuclei. Then it could not explain the probability of radioactive transitions. So these are the demerits of the shell model. So then, in this class, we discussed about liquid drop model, postulates of the liquid drop model, merits and demerits of the liquid drop model, then shell model, features of the cell model, merits and demerits of the cell model. So, thank you.